So let us begin. Spring is right around the corner, and this is the time that you should see the shedding of weight that you started all the way back in November. You know, it's fascinating to me that at New Year's, people got a New Year's resolution, tried to lose weight. And that's going to be highly unsuccessful because that's the middle of winter. So New Year's is in the middle of winter. It's right after the solstice. That is not the time someone is meant to lose weight because it doesn't make sense. It's like giving up your favorite winter coat in the middle of winter. So if you did everything right, you should have started back in November by tapering what you did into the holidays. And then by the time you come to spring, you watch a neat melting away of what happens to your mamonas. So Mari and I went one step further and we started a cleanse about a week and a half ago, and that's already producing some interesting results because the temperatures are starting to go up, the days are getting longer, and that affects the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and we're using the elements of nature to our advantage instead of trying to fight them. And that's why the holidays aren't the best time to try to lose weight. We try to manage what we're doing during that time period because it's not till spring and summer that we start melting things away. And in fact, in late summer, we start putting weight back on in preparation for fall. So we have to understand the circadian rhythm, diurnal patterns of the body, and in order to understand how to lose weight and when not to feel defeated. So if you've done everything right, and it's still not too late, which is crazy, it's not too late to get on the wagon to working on what you want for spring and summer. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus largely on the butt and the abs and working on posture, because you'd be surprised what posture does for how you look. And so we're going to work on that. And we are going to start from the very basics, as we figured out last week when we were talking a lot and we did that 4-part section on unintentional limp. We saw how important stance is. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with feet parallel, hips width apart. So here's your ASIS, this is your pubic symphysis, midway in between is actual hips width apart. Get those feet parallel, hips width apart in that nice narrow stance as you push down with the big toe and the corresponding metatarsal head, outer 4 toes and the corresponding metatarsal heads, especially that pinky toe. You're going to see how important that little pinky toe is in creating stability and balance in forward stance. So push down with that little toe. And then finally drop that heel down. That heel is also involved in this equation. When we're more dynamic, we go up off the heels, but for now we're going to be on the heels. We're going to put 1/3 the weight through the balls of your feet. So I want you to really dig in with the balls of your feet and then drop in 1/3 the weight through your toes as it anchors and it pulls you forward, and then that 1/3 the weight through your heels. I want you to focus on keeping the weight more towards the forefoot. Then you're going to slightly bend your knees and you're going to turn your knees out without moving your feet. That's the hardest part. Turn the knees out and then go ahead and straighten your legs slightly, not to full lockout. And then you're going to fire up first chakra, that's your pelvic floor. Second chakra, that's your lower abs. Third chakra, your upper abs. And then you're going to draw your shoulder blades down and back. Then you're going to glide your head back. Make sure it's floating over the top of your pelvic floor. Your abs are on. You're sucking in that tummy. Abs are nice and tight, smiles are up. Just stand for a moment, see what it feels like to have everything on and everything recruited. This is time under tension, so we want you to work on the abs. Like I said, we're trying to create the springtime body shape that we want, so I want you to become aware of what your abs are doing. So feel your abs, make sure they're on, feel what part is not on, and see what it takes to activate it. So mine are a little bit weak back here, so I gotta really work my abs to get them on out in the sides. Draw your shoulder blades down and back one more time. Make sure that weight's primarily in your forefoot. And then we're just going to do a micro squat. You're going to squat down and then come back up. You're going to keep breathing, keep your abs engaged. This is time under tension. So you're creating tension in your legs, tension in your abs. You want to make sure you have muscle activation at the bottom of the squat and the top of the squat. You're sucking in that tummy. You're watching the alignment of your knees. Very basic, very important. Okay? Now keep your abs engaged as we stay at the bottom. Sucking your tummy, stay low. Knees are bent, you're gonna do your hip circles down here. Maria's here. Actually, she was standing off staring at me. Suck in your tummies. Make sure you're moving from your hips, not so much your head. Suck in that tummy. Stay low. Keep that bend in your knees. And now go in the opposite direction. See what it feels like to move from your hips. I know you can move from your knees, but we want to move from the hips. We're going to stay low, time under tension. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to do hip pumps. I know it's easy to clench your butt, especially with your knees bent. Don't clench your butt. This is all from your abs working. Suck in your tummy, shoulder blades down, back. Head stays over the top of your feet and doesn't move away or off to one side. Suck in that tummy, keep your abs engaged as you now go side to side. See what it feels like to move your hips without moving your head. Abs are nice and tight. You should feel your quads working.
Really, really squeeze your oblique as you go side to side.
We have a friend that works, and he works on his feet all day long, and he's noticing the impact of posture, and he wanted us to work with him on his posture. And we showed him what it took to get his head over the top of his body, stand up nice and tall, abs are nice and tight. We're going to repeat everything up here with a nice long leg. Keep your quads on, time under tension still so your abs are on, hip circles. So he wanted to know what good posture was like. We put him into good posture, and he could see immediately how that would impact his day because he's on his feet for so long. Keep your abs engaged. We want you to feel the same thing, how these little adjustments could take a huge amount of stress off of your body. Suck in that tummy. Trying to move underneath, not from above. Smiles are up. Okay, same thing, front, back. Your legs are almost straight. Don't use your butt. I know you want to use your butt. Don't use your butt. You're using your abs. Keep breathing. And here we go, side to side. Keep your abs engaged, suck in that tummy. Try not to move your head as best you can. I'm gonna move over this way a little bit. Okay, abs are nice and tight. So you're gonna balance on your left foot, you're gonna take your right foot back behind you. You're gonna take your left arm up in the air. This is the first sit-up we're gonna do. Your butt should be clenching now. Your right butt cheek is clenching as that leg is back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna bring your knee and your elbow together to touch. You do flex on this one, and then you extend on the open. Then it's close, and then open. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're starting to engage the abs in balance. So don't throw up. Squeeze together and then come apart. So no throwing yourself off balance. You're going to use balance and coordination to bring everything together and then back down. What number is that?
7.
Sucking in that. Whoa, don't push me. Hold that balance. It's telling you what you're doing when you're walking or you suddenly have to move fast. I have one more. Okay, switch sides. You're heavy on your right foot, your left leg's back behind you. You're clenching your left butt cheek. Your right hand goes over the top of your head. Abs are nice and tight. We're bringing these 2 points together and then apart. Notice what your balance is like. You should not be falling off balance. If you are, you're not using your core. And we'll get you into trouble when you're out in the real world and you can't balance. Ooh, don't push me. Time under tension, keep that core on. So that was an example of what you shouldn't do. Abs. What number are we on?
10.
I need to do one more because I fell over. Okay, good. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're going to have a stand on top of a block.
A stand.
A stand. Your foot's on the block. your left foot. Specifically, your toes are curled around the front of the block. Your abs are nice and tight. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna really watch what our abs do. I want you to suck in your tummy, tighten your abs. You're gonna go into the lowest position. Just tighten your abs because that's gonna be the hardest thing. And your tummy wants to blow out when you go into this position. Suck in your tummy, your feet are parallel. And then now, keeping your abs on, you're gonna lift, 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 lift up. Up, you're gonna use your right oblique. And we're gonna use that left glute medius. Important, powerful combination to get your foot safely over a threshold so you don't trip. Suck in that tummy. I want good ab engagement. Shoulder blades are down and back. Try to keep your head still. What number is that?
6. Impatient to be early.
Yes. Abs. Try not to wiggle all over the place. This is about balance, time under tension, and pelvic motion without falling off balance.
10.
Good. Let's switch sides. So once again, you're lowering your hip down. You're going to make sure your abs are on. That's the big key here. We are going to work your oblique on the left and your glute medius on the right. A powerful, powerful combination to create balance, as we talked about last week, to remove unintentional limp. But this week, we're going to look at it to flatten and shape the body. See how this would shape your body if you move correctly from your hips? Suck in that tummy. Smiles are up. Abs are nice and tight. What number are we on? Suck in that tummy. Create that body shape. Carve it out.
10.
Very good. Let's switch sides again. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to sink down. Abs, abs, abs on. Suck that tummy in, flat tummy. Shoulder blades are down, back, heads over top of your feet. And you're just going to swing your legs. Swing, 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 swing. But keep your abs engaged. I know it's going to want to shut off. Don't let it shut off. Keep your abs engaged. Smiles are up. Keep your right leg straight. Especially to the rear. Keep your feet parallel. What number?
15.
Oh, okay.
16.
Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy.
20.
Okay, now pull that hip up, 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 up. And then even more. You should feel this oblique. You can tap it to make sure that oblique's on. Your glute medius is on. You're going to swing your leg in this position. So you can swing your foot over the top of threshold without breaking your toes or falling off balance. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Smiles are up. Jaws relaxed. Suck. And good. Let's switch sides. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Sink, sink, sink low. Suck in your tummy. Abs are nice and tight. Abs are nice and tummy. Suck in your tummy. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to swing that leg parallel. Do not bend your left knee. Abs are nice and tight. Smiles are up. Suck, 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 suck. And as I mentioned before, this is springtime. This is the time we burn stuff off. Lift, 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 lift. Lift. So I want you to really feel it in the areas you want to make look by the time spring arrives. Keep that hip high. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in that tummy. Shoulders are not working. Keep breathing. high, smiles up.
20.
Okay, good. We're gonna switch again. You're gonna put your ball on the block, heel is against the ground, abs are nice and tight. It's gonna be a repeat of what we did. Chest is up, okay? You're gonna lift, lower your hip. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking in your tummy. This is when your heel drops down, you should still be able to lift your hip up. And unless you practice it, it's not gonna happen on its own. You're using your oblique and your glute medius. Smiles are up, suck in that tummy. Want that transverse abdominis working? Okay, staying in this position, shoulder blades are down and back. You're gonna lift your hip up and swing. So this is a double whammy situation. Your heel is dropped down, you gotta lift your hip up, and you gotta swing your leg without bashing your toes into anything. Suck in your tummy. And it's also giving us a nice functional stretch. Okay, we are going to switch sides. Heel is down, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy, shoulder blades are down and back. You're going to lift, lower your heel. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. That's the unintentional limp of last week's part 4 section, 4-part section. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Get your foot out of trouble. Don't put it into trouble. Suck in that tummy. Create body shape, eyes up, smiles up.
20.
Okay, keep that foot up off the ground as you swing, swing, swing your foot parallel. Don't bend your knee, especially when it goes to rear. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You should already notice that the days are getting longer. It's kind of a cool effect. Suck in that tummy.
20.
Good. Keep up. Keep standing on your feet. Our feet are parallel. See what things feel like standing now. You should feel really activated through your abs, and that was the whole point. We're going to continue doing sit-ups here. Relax your butt, suck in your tummy, and now you're just going to suck that tummy in as deeply as you can. So suck it in and then relax. Suck it in. If you do it right, you should feel your obliques kicking off way down low. You should feel your tummy going concave. You should feel your butt nice and relaxed. And you should feel your shoulders and your head staying over top of your pelvic floor. We're sucking in that tummy, creating change in shape of the abdomen. Because that thing is not going to change shape on its own. And if it has its own way, will grow into a very large round structure.
20.
Okay, good. Now you're going to balance on your left foot. You're going to take your right foot out to the side. You're going to take your left arm out to the side. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to feel the balance as we once again pull everything towards center and then apart. Make sure your elbow and knee actually touch and that they do it out of balance versus what I just did. Suck in that tummy.
Embodying the John Travolta here.
Yes. Get your disco on. Ooh. Hold that balance. What number are we on? Suck that tummy in. 10. Switch sides. Take that leg out the side, take the arm out the side, get your disco on, sucking your tummy. So not all sit-ups are done on your back. I think this is an important little piece to get. So you can get a lot of these just walking, if you do it correctly. Don't fall off balance.
Suck that belly button to your spine.
She's talking to you guys. Hold that balance. Don't race through this, try to balance through this. Use your core. Don't push me.
10.
I have to do one extra. Okay. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummies. Your feet are parallel. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to go to the rear now. Abs are nice and tight. I'm going to move forward a little bit. You're going to take your right foot back behind you, left hand back behind you. Don't turn it out this way. Keep it knife edged. This arm's going to go forward. You're just going to pump your right leg and left hand backwards behind you. Make sure you're breathing. If you do get to clench your right butt cheek, you're holding alignment, holding your core. This is all about walking. So if you're falling off balance doing this, you're falling off balance walking. A number?
18. 20.
Okay, let's switch sides. Whew. Left leg is back behind you, right hand's back behind you, left arm is in front of you. You're sucking in your tummy, and same thing. Keep yourself upright. Keep your feet parallel. You are using left butt cheek and your abs, so tighten your abs up. Yes. Good correction. Smiles are up. Create that motion through your abs, your lats, your butt. Create the counterbalancing. Keep breathing. And good. We're going to come back into a hip circle. You should feel your abs now. You should feel everything across your core like you're wearing a belt. That's actually your transversus. Like wrestlers have those belts. Go in the opposite direction. Okay, we're going to do this. It's going to be a little stretch. Oh, we'll double whammy it. You're going to use your block. You're going to put your left foot on the ball of your foot on the block. Left heel is down. You're going to bend your knee. Make sure your knee's over top of your foot as you cross your leg over top. This is in case you accidentally clenched your butt and overused your calf. Suck in your tummy. Stick out your booty, chest up. Feel what it feels like to have core balance, core stabilization. Watch the alignment, knee over top of your foot. Sink down deeper. Chest goes up more. No rounding your spine. You should feel this in muscles and not joints. Suck in your tummy. Smiles are up. Squeeze the shoulders down and back. And then straighten your leg out. You're going to lean forward and go into a stretch. This is time under tension, so you don't want to feel this in any joints. If you feel this in a joint, it means you need to tighten something up. So if you feel it in your knee, you need to tighten your calf, your quad, or your hamstring. If you feel it in your low back, you need to tighten your abs, your lats, your obliques. Okay, come back up nice and tall. Take your arm up over top of your head, suck in your tummy. Push your hips forward, your hips side to side. Smiles are up. Keep breathing. Pull through your abs. The abs are doing the work. Okay, good. We're going to switch sides. Heel is down. Knee is bent. Make sure that knee's over top of your foot. You're going to cross your now left ankle over your right knee. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to squat down. You're going to stick your booty out, chest up. Notice if one side's tighter than the other. That's going back to unintentional limp, and now we're balancing it. Suck in that tummy. Keep your abs engaged. Lower down deeper. Chest comes up a lot. You should feel a calf and butt stretch. Right calf, left booty. Okay, straighten your leg out. You're going to do a forward fold. Keep breathing, keep your abs engaged. At no point should you feel this in any joint. If you do, you need to tighten your calf, your quad, or your hamstring, or all three. Come back up again. Abs are nice and tight. Arm goes over the top of your head. And then now hips side to side. Hold that balance. Use your abs. Smiles are up.
10.
Good. Now you should feel a little bit more flexible through your hips as your block goes forward. We're going to work the booty. Left foot goes on the block, right foot goes to the rear. We're going to start out with our sit-ups. You're going to be high heel in the rear, front knee is bent. You're going to sink down, push this right thigh back. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to bend that front knee, make sure that knee's over top of your foot.
Really try to create the straight line from the crown of your head to the back heel.
That's so very important.
Try to imagine there's a plywood board along your back and you're trying to press up against it with the back side of your body.
Yeah, push back, but keep that front knee bent. Hand goes under knee. We're going to start out with our sit-ups. Suck in your tummy. You're changing the shape of your abdomen. So if you don't feel it changing shape, it's not. So start changing the shape of your abdomen, especially in the part you like the least. The part you like the least is the least amount of motion that you could have in your abs. Keep your eyes up, heads up, smiles up. Yes?
15.
Okay. Suck that tummy in. Change the shape of your abdomen.
20.
Okay. From this position, we're going to do it nice and slow. We're going to work your booty. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to reach. See if you can touch the ground and then come back up. No rounding your spine, no feeling this into any joint. You should not feel this in your knee, your butt, or your hip or your back because we're using muscles. You should feel this in your quad and your glute max. You should feel this in your abs and your lats. No joints. Ooh, don't push me. Keep time under tension on. Another shining example of what you're not supposed to do. Keep your quads on, abs on. No airbagging your belly into your thigh to do cheat work. Hold that balance. Keep breathing. What number are we on?
8.
I knew that. I'm asking for them, not for me.
9.
Suck that tummy in.
And 10.
Okay, put your hand on your knee and on the roller. We're going to do a few sit-ups, just a few. Suck in your tummy, make sure your abs are on, your shoulder blades are down and back, your head's up. Okay, remember where your rear foot is back behind you as you take your left hand back behind you, abs are nice and tight. You're going to suck in your tummy. Your goal is to not move your head. You're going to lift up and put back down your toes every time in the same spot. Smiles are up. Abs.
10.
Okay, and we're going to switch sides. You should feel your booty now, which is an awesome feeling, especially as we're heading towards spring and summertime where clothing gets thinner and lighter in coloring. Suck in your tummy, make sure that front knee's bent, rear leg's straight.
And creating that straight line from the crown of your head to the back heel, pressing the back side of your body up against that board.
But keeping that front leg bent. Knee over top of your foot, and here we go, sit up, suck in that tummy. You're changing the shape of your abdomen. It's like when your stomach growls and you know everyone can hear it, you suck in your tummy to try to quiet your tummy. That's what you're doing right now. Change the shape of your abdomen, especially in your least favorite areas, because if you're not moving your least favorite areas, nothing's gonna change. Smiles are up.
20.
Good. Abs are nice and tight. Here we go. Keep your knee over the top of your foot. Get your balance going on. We're going to reach for the ground nice and slow. Do not airbag your belly into your thigh. You should not feel anything into any joint because we're using muscles. Keep breathing. Keep focused. Don't run away from this. Don't figure out how to endure this. Figure out how you can make this better. We're hitting tax season, so instead of running away from your taxes, seeing how you can shortcut, just go, how could I do this better? Abs are nice and tight. I am, number one, really good at avoiding. So this is a great exercise to help you not avoid, but to feel.
Last one.
Ooh, smokes.
Okay.
Good. Go ahead, grab your roller, hand on your knee, push your hips back, abs nice and tight. We just do a few sit-ups here. Suck in that tummy and relax. Do it over, change the shape of your tummy. Move the part of your belly you want changed as you now take your right hand back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. Minimal head motion. You're gonna lift lower that rear foot from the same place it came from. Keep the knee over top of your foot. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Work those abs as well as your right glute max. Smiles are up.
10.
Ooh, that was good. Feet are parallel. Abs are nice and tight, hip circles. Really feel what it feels like to move from your abs. We have not done these in a while, but I think it's a good time to do it. If you're taller, and on the taller side, you may need a block and a roller. If you're regular size, you're just gonna put it just roller. If you're on the shorter side, so this is if you're under, right around 5'2" and under, you may need to stand on 2 blocks to do this. Okay, so those are the options. But what we're gonna do is put the roller underneath your left elbow. So you can see I elevated it, Maria didn't need to. So those are the options. We're gonna work the obliques specifically. So chest goes up nice and tall. You're 50-50 weight distribution in your feet. You're gonna push down with your elbows. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up, suck in your tummy. And we're gonna try to crush the roller. And you're not doing it with your shoulder, you're doing it with these oblique muscles. You're keeping the weight 50-50 through both feet and the majority weight in your forefoot.
Try to really feel how your armpit, underneath your armpit engages and shortens between the armpit and your hip. Squeeze.
This is a Maria invented exercise. This is why it's so uncomfortable.
You're welcome.
9, 10. So now as your your elbows pushing down and you're lifting up through your hip, abs are nice and tight. You're gonna lift lower your left leg. Don't use your neck. You're gonna feel all sorts of opportunities to use your neck. You should be using your obliques.
Really try to feel that armpit squeezing down.
Keep your abs flat because this is doing great things for your contours of your body. Okay? So this is where it's weird. You're gonna stay in this position. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna lift lower your, right foot. But keep pushing down, keep that curve of your body going on. Keep the weight 50-50. Keep your abs engaged. Okay, you're gonna stay back 50-50 on your feet. Keep that arch going on, push down, relax your neck, long through your spine, chest up. You're gonna lift this left leg up and then you're gonna swing your foot. This is gonna work your oblique.
Keep feeling through that armpit.
And hip motion. Okay, good. Now, we're gonna do it to the other side. Elbows down. Notice almost immediately it feels weird because you shorten one side up and not the other. So you're gonna compress down, you're gonna try to create that same curve, you're activating your obliques. We're 50-50 in weight distribution on our feet, primarily through our toes. Push down.
Feel that armpit pulling down.
Keep your chest up. Keep breathing. You're going to try to change the shape of your body. And breathe. See if you can change the contour of your body. Okay, now we're going to lift lower this right leg. Notice if this is easier to manage on one side than the other. Like this side's harder than the other side, or easier. You should feel it in your oblique. Smiles are up. What number?
10.
Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're still pushing down. 50 weight distribution at first. You're going to lift up your left leg as you're pushing down on the roller. Keep that contour going on. Chest up. Smiles up. You're breathing. What number? We're going to watch what these funny exercises over the next few weeks do to your body. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to swing your leg.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We're going to, because it's springtime. And springtime makes changes. We're starting to watch all the birds start nesting around our house. Keep pushing down, chest up, smiles up. Swing that leg. And good. Ooh, yes. So you should feel your obliques now. It should feel like you're using your upper body, and that's what we're gonna do. We're actually just gonna lean side to side. I want you to pull through your obliques instead of just folding over. So lift, like you're pushing your elbow into something. Crush our roller, crush our roller. Feel what it feels like to move from
Feel
those
your
obliques.
armpit to hip shorten side to side.
Okay, now as you're doing that, you're going to lift from the hip on that side, lift from the hip on that side. Just go back and forth. Whoa! Huh. This side didn't do it so well. Good. Now we're going to come down onto our right knee, or left knee, sorry, left knee. Once you're on your left knee, your abs are engaged. We're going to just get that first. Tighten your abs. If you do, your head stays over the top of your knee as you move your hips side to side. Keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. The head's almost motionless. It'll move a little bit, but we don't want to shake the hell out of it. Because at the end of the day, your brain is in your cranium or your head. You don't want to stir it up. Push your hips forward. Same thing, just go side to side. Abs are nice and tight. Tighten those abs. Nothing in your low back. If you feel something in your low back, it means you need to tighten something up like your abs. Okay. We're immediately going for that stretch. As you reach back behind you, you're going to pull that foot or your heel to your butt. Chest is up, abs are nice and tight. Push your hips forward. We're stretching out the rectus femoris. Eyes up, smiles up. This is affecting posture. You can see how this one muscle, if it got tight, would cause you to really go into a very strange posture, especially if it did it one-sided.
Keep breathing.
See how Maria's almost in a deep lunge? That's what we want. Suck in that tummy.
Back.
Okay. We're going to stretch back. Take your foot across midline. First, with your left hand, reach as far out as you can possibly go. And then you'll follow it with your right hand. Time under tension, that means you're stretching muscles, not joints. Muscles, not ligaments, not joint capsules, not joints, but muscles. Suck in your tummy. If you feel it in your low back, tighten your abs.
Really, really suck the belly button to your spine, chest up.
Yeah, good. We're going to come back into this position, then you're going to take your right leg back behind you. So you're going to be in this position. You're going to be like your knee lane on this front knee. And here's where it gets hard. You're going to straighten out your rear leg. So you're balancing on your front knee. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to hinge forward. And then come back up. We're going to do 10 of these. This is isolating for your butt. It's removing your knee and ankle out of the equation. So you have to isolate to your glute max. Suck in your tummy, keep your spine straight, keep that balance on. I was just checking for the ground. Suck in that tummy. Woo, checking for the air. Abs. Keep breathing. What number?
7.
Oh my goodness. 8. 9. That's for me. And 10. Whew. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, Mario, fine.
10.
We're gonna do an off-kiltered child's pose. So you're gonna be in this position with one knee on the block, one knee off the block. You're gonna do a child's pose. Remember to breathe. Oh. Okay. Let's switch sides. So we're really taking care of bottom line. That's your booty line, but it's also your abs. Because if your abs and your butt are doing the right things, your butt should be round and your abs should be flat. If they have reverse function, you're stabilizing through your butt and moving through your abs, you're gonna get a round belly and a flat butt. We don't like that combination. Abs are on, heads over the top of the block, hips side to side. Smiles are up. Notice if you go the same amount left and right and over both hips, because that when we were doing unintentional limp, we really looked at this. Suck in your tummy. Okay, push your hips forward. Same thing, side to side. Smiles are up. Heads over top of the block for the most part. Except Maria, who's moved forward. I'm talking about in my plane.
10.
10 or 20? Oh, anyway.
10, yeah.
Okay,
We only did 10
reach
on
back, grab. We're gonna stretch. Then push your hips forward. See how Maria's in a lunge again? I'll move this roller so you can see her lunge. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Really stretch that out. Keep your abs engaged. At no point should you feel this in your low back or your knee. If you do, something needs to tighten up. Oh, okay. Then your leg's gonna cross mid. I gotta move back a little bit. Ugh. Cross midline. What you're gonna do first is reach forward. Reach, reach, reach.
Mosquito.
Did you get it?
Blood everywhere.
Oh, that's my blood. Reach, 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 reach. Reach. And then now reach with your left hand. As Maria said on the other side, pull in through your abs, let your abs pull you forward. We shouldn't feel this in any joint. Breathe.
Chest up.
Chest up. Just talking to you guys. Suck in your tummies. Okay. And now we're gonna come back. You're gonna take that left leg back behind you. First, just set up. Get your knee situated. Get the roller out of the way. Oh, then you're gonna take your left leg straight back behind you. Abs are nice and tight. Getting situated again. And here we go, we're gonna hinge forward. And then we're gonna come back up.
Get a space issue.
Oh yeah, space issues. I'll move.
No, you're fine.
Sucking that tummy. Nice and slow. Notice the strength difference between side to side. Ooh, and balance. Abs. What number is that?
9.
Thank God.
10.
Okay, let's do our off-centered child's pose. One knee stays on the block as you do your child's pose. Remember to breathe. Okay. You're gonna come into full kneeling. Oh. We're just gonna do our basic stretch. You're gonna lean back, your knees are together, your toes are pointed back behind you. You can put your hands on your blocks, and you're gonna lean back, and you're gonna lift your toes up off the ground as you tighten your abs.
Knees up.
Or knees up, toes down. Suck in your tummy and then relax. We're gonna do about 20 of these. Really suck in your tummy. Trying to change the shape of your abdomen, not your shoulders or your neck. Try to get a nice stretch into your quad muscles. That's what we're going after. Lengthening the quads, tightening the abs. Okay, now you're going to curl your toes under. Once again, if you feel excessive pressure in the metatarsal heads, those are knuckles of the toes, that means you have to push your heels back, because what we're going after is the plantar fascia, the calves, and the quads. Same thing, suck in that tummy, change the shape of your abdomen. It's easiest with breathing. Jaws relaxed. Suck in that tummy. Change the shape of your abdomen. Don't use your neck, don't use your shoulders. If your feet are dying, really push the heels back. And then we're gonna point those toes again. We're gonna put the ball on top of the block. We're gonna have a seat on top of the ball and block with the ball midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Head goes over the top of your ball. This way you always know where good posture is, a good balance is. Because if your head's over your pelvic floor, you have balance. We're gonna start out doing a little wiggle side to side, not big because you're on top of a block and you can roll off of it. It's a small motion and it's just meant to be fun, but try to center your head over the top of the block, which is not moving. The ball is moving now. Suck in your tummy.
I think reverse bobblehead.
Yeah. Okay, now that you got that motion, go front, back. You're using your abs, not your butt, not your quads. Suck in that tummy. Shoulders are back. And you're breathing. Okay, now we start our sit-ups. Now that you got this down, you're gonna keep your hands behind your head. Your head's not gonna move, but you are gonna do your sit-ups. You're gonna suck in your tummy. So what that's gonna do is pull your head closer to your pelvis, but your head's not gonna move away from being over the top of the ball. So you're just sucking in your tummy and trying to shorten what's called head-tail relationship. Your head and your butt get closer together. Sucking that tummy, you're doing sit-ups. You're also strengthening pelvic floor. Cannot tell you how important pelvic floor is. If you don't use pelvic floor, you're going to be clenching your butt. What number?
17.
Sucking those abs.
20.
Okay, now you're going to go in the opposite direction. You're going to arch backwards. As you do, you're sucking in your tummy. You're not just opening up your rib cage. You're tightening your abs as your back arches away from the back of the room. Working that head-tail relationship, now an extension. Okay, now you're going to bring your right hip to your right shoulder, left hip to left shoulder. Try not to move your shoulders or your head. You're using your obliques. This is really good for changing the shape of your body. So your elbows don't move. Annie, don't move your elbows. It's just your hips. There you go. That's it. Should look almost serpentine in its motion. Serpent-like. I just like that word. Okay, good. Go ahead and release. Take your hands back behind you. Shoulder blades are down and back. We're going to do a basic pump. So pump your arms back behind you. Get your head over the top of the ball.
So as you pump your arms back, try to suck that belly button to your spine rather than letting your abdomen pop out.
Yeah, it's a matter of keeping the rib cage closed. Okay, we do everything we just did again. You're going to suck in your tummy, keep your head over the top of the ball. You're moving from your abs, you're not moving your head forward. Okay, now same thing, you're going to stick your booty out, but you're going to keep your abs engaged, squeeze your lats on. But keep the tummy engaged, don't let that rib cage fly open. This is just working good posture. Okay, side to side. So water is an amazing thing. You just saw me take a drink of water. And we're working with a client who has just done everything they could to put themselves on coffee. And now we're trying the process of getting them off coffee. Abs are nice and tight. I'll continue in a second.
19, 20.
Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. You're going to do rib cage circles. So you're trying to get your rib cage to move. And she's done years of having her coffee, iced coffee, coffee. And now we're replacing it with water, and her taste buds don't know how to taste water. So the next time you have a glass of water, see if the water's sweet, see if it's alkali, or see if it's acidic, or if it's minerally. I want you to see if you can taste water, because a lot of people can't. And they can't even taste if the water is bad, and that's kind of important to know being on this island. Okay, see what it feels like to move from that center. Okay, good. Take your right foot forward. Okay, we're gonna do a twisted sit up. You're good. Oh, Mario will want her dumbbells. You're gonna have one dumbbell. You don't need them, but you can have them. You're gonna take one dumbbell in your right or left hand, one in your right hand. Left hand's forward, right hand's back. Right knee's forward. And we're gonna do twists. This is more about the twist, but you're also lifting your arm up, both arms up, one to the rear, one to the front. As you're rotating, try not to move your head. Suck in that tummy. You're gonna feel your obliques kick on. So now what we want you to do is suck in your tummy so you feel your pelvic floor and your abs turn on. Okay, let's do 20 of these. Keep breathing.
Try to feel the left rib cage coming closer to your right hip.
Feel that twist. Is that 20?
Yep.
Okay, let's switch sides. So your right hand's forward, left hand's back. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your air in your tummy. So I used to work with the orthodontist. He was my mentor. And he said something really interesting. He's all, children of today, of this generation, do not know how to taste their own saliva. And I was just like, what the heck are you talking about? Their mouths have to be constantly entertained. If you watch toddlers, they're being fed Cheerios to keep themselves quiet. They're being fed fruit juices and all sorts of sweet things. They don't know how to taste their own saliva, so they can't sit still with nothing, a bland flavor in their mouth. It has to be entertained with a very strong flavor. Okay, we're gonna take both legs forward. So notice if you're more like a toddler or if you're more like an adult. Can you go for an hour without putting a sweet beverage or a salty something in your mouth to entertain your mouth? Or can you manage your own saliva and water? Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. We're gonna go put our weights up this way. Your abs are nice and tight. This is all about your abs. You're gonna suck in your tummy as you squeeze those weights up. Keep your abs on, slowly lower them back down. Up. Abs. Yeah, it's amazing to watch kids get fed Cheerios and street drinks as they watch their iPad. They can't even sit still without being overly stimulated. Or my favorite is when they wear giant Bose surround sound headphones and they listen to their iPad on a level just way too loud and sipping on their juice cup, eating Cheerios. My favorite word from those type of children is I'm bored. It makes me crazy. Well, it's that their system got taught to be so entertained that if it's not getting all of those different stimuluses, sight, sound, taste, smell, they're bored. And that's kind of scary. Here we go. Arms out to your sides. Abs are on. Feet are parallel. Knees are over tops of feet. Your pelvic floor is on. And here we go. We're going to externally rotate and then back down. Abs. This is all about your abs once again. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. What number is that?
7.
I knew it. 9? 10? Okay. Rest of the shoulders out. You can put your weights off to the side. Abs are nice and tight. Suck in your tummy. We're going to do the last of the pelvic floor. Chest is up. Abs are on. Hands stick them up. We're going to bounce. Bounce, 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 bounce. Now we're going to do Mario's variation where you have a little bit of fun as you move around, keeping your pelvic floor on. And if you guys haven't sped up this section, you really should. Abs are nice and tight, smiles. You're bouncing, you should have fun. If you accidentally put tension in your shoulders, you'll know right now. Okay, good. In fact, interlock your fingers back behind you. Chest goes up nice and tall, shoulder blades are down and back. Suck in your tummy, squeeze as you move your head and neck around. To see if you put the work into your shoulders and your neck. It's okay if your neck pops and clunks. Keep your chest up though. Keep breathing. Okay, go ahead, release your hands, put your hands on your knees. We're gonna go into a forward fold.
As we go into this forward fold, really focus on the tripod of your feet, grounding into the mat, lifting up the arches of your feet, connecting all the way up through the inner thighs, lifting pelvic floor. Suck that belly button to your spine. Try to relax the backside of your body. As you exhale, squeeze that belly button even more, bringing the upper body closer to your legs. Relax your neck and shoulders. Keep pulling that belly button towards your spine. Pulling the shoulder blades down and back. Deep inhale. Exhale, squeeze that belly button.
Now you're going to bend your knees, put your hands on your knees, straighten out your spine. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, abs are nice and tight. You're just going to suck in your belly and then release. Suck in your pelvic floor and belly, release. Close up your rib cage, suck in your belly, activate your pelvic floor and release. So see how often you go through the day seeking out a flavored beverage, something sweet, a bitter coffee, something to entertain your mouth. Because when you're crossing the desert and you're low on water, you never hear people going, please, a cup of coffee. They yell, water, water. So give your body what it needs, not entertainment. Okay, we're coming to the ground. Try to land softly. Just gonna do a tiny bit of abs because we did a lot of abs in different positions. So the ball's gonna go in the small of your back. Your feet go out in front of you. Abs are nice and tight, your arms are back behind you. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down. We're going to start out by activating our pelvic floor, closing up rib cage, sucking in second chakra. We're doing our sit-ups just by changing the shape of our abdomen.
Try to bring that pubic bone towards your belly button. Use your belly button to try to press your spine against the ball.
Because the goal is to change the shape of your abdomen. So go after the part of your abs that don't move so well. Say my lower abs. Okay, keeping your hands back behind you. Hold your abs on, suck them in, tighten them. You're gonna lift your right leg and then your left leg, just going back and forth. Try not to let your abs wiggle all over the place. You're stabilizing through your abs, and that was the whole point of this. This way you don't rip yourself apart as you're walking. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. What number?
20.
Okay, good. Grab a hold of your knees. We're going to do our sit-ups again. You're sucking in your tummy and releasing. Sucking in your tummy, releasing. Don't use your butt. Do use your pelvic floor. Do use your abs. Okay? Arms go out in front of you. Abs are nice and tight. Same thing. Go for a walk. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. Try to stabilize through your abs so you're not wiggling all over the place. Good job, Gillen. Draw your shoulder blades down and back.
$19.20.
Okay. Rest for a second here. Abs are nice and tight. We go back to our sit-ups, suck in that tummy and release. Suck in your tummy, release. Keep breathing. Keep the abs engaged. We're almost done here. Okay, arms go up again. We're going to do opposite hand to opposite foot. And you're actually going to try to touch. Touch, touch. Keep breathing. Core engaged. Suck in that tummy.
$18, $19, $20.
Okay, arch over the top of the ball. We're gonna rock from side to side. So you're feeling your abs lengthen after shortening them. That's a good habit to have anyway. After you shorten a muscle, then lengthen it. So you get full range of motion in your muscles. And if you do, you get full use of the muscle, but then you increase your metabolism at the same time. And that's how you lose weight. The more of your body you use, the more energy you burn. The more efficient and compact and tight, decreased range of motion, you're saving a huge amount of energy, so you can't expect to lose weight. Okay? Ball underneath your sacrum. We're finishing out. Your knees are off the ground, your abs are engaged, you're sucking in your tummy, tighten first, second, and third chakras, get that navel to your spine. We're just going for our walk. Non-load bearing knee motion. You should feel no pressure in your knees. If you do, you have to figure out what muscles is stabilized so it takes it out of the joint and back into the muscles. Keep breathing, keep your jaw relaxed. As we now work into a little bit of a jog, just light jogs, just slightly faster. Working the range of motion in your knees, actually of the muscles that surround your knees, because you're not working the knees, because we're working muscles. And now we're gonna take it up to a little trot. Still working the muscles and not the joints. If you feel it in the joints, tighten up whatever muscles you need. Keep your abs engaged. Shoulder blades are down and back. As we now take it into a sprint. Sprint, sprint, sprint. We're all gilling right now. We're going to be gilling for a while because the mango tree is running away from us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, legs come to the ground again. You're going to rock side to side. You continue to rock side to side. Okay, go ahead, come off the ball and go onto the roller. You're going to be on your roller lengthwise. Your butt's on one end, your head's at the other end. Your knees are bent, your feet are flat on the ground and parallel. You want your head just slightly off the end of the roller, just slightly. Then you're going to activate first chakra, that's your pelvic floor. Close up third chakra and then suck in second chakra as you breathe. So we've been working on our abs and our butt, so you're going to activate your abs. I want you to tighten your abs on an exhale and only semi-relax them on the inhale. This is time under tension and breathing. Keep that pelvic floor on. Notice if you're wobbling side to side, you should be flat level, whether you're inhaling or you're exhaling. Keep those abs engaged. Semi-on the inhale, all the way on the exhale. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Keep those feet parallel. Keep that pelvic floor connected to the crown of your head. I'm going to come off the roller You can stay on it. So as you see, we're starting a process of working on the body to head it towards springtime, a much more dynamic time, a time where we spend more time in the light, we do more outdoors, and we do a lot more movement. This is a time where the body expands and grows, so all the internal work that we did of winter time, of resting the adrenal glands and the endocrine system, now can expand into what it needs to do and flower. Just see what it feels like to get a full inhale and a full exhale. There's something called a pulse oximeter. You can get them on Amazon. They're about 35 bucks. It registers your oxygen saturation to your tissues. And your average person should be like 97% or higher. Actually closer to 98, 99. And you'd be surprised how many people just hold their breaths for no particular reason, just out of habit. And when you take that pulse oximeter reading of their oxygen saturation, they're down like at 92. That's like holding someone underwater or taking up to super high altitude. So make sure you're breathing, saturating your tissues. Inhale in. Hold for a split second, and then exhale completely out. Hold at the bottom. Inhale in. Hold. Exhale out. You get the pattern, but keep going. And your goal is to energize your body as you're breathing, to oxygenate your tissues in your brain, the most important tissue, and your heart as well. Your lungs get air, but are they getting as much as they need? This is where you find out. I always found it interesting when you read articles about swimming, and swimming is considered one of the most stressful physical activities because it regulates breathing. And most people don't know how to regulate their breathing, so they go into stress in the water. But if you learn how to time your breath with your body motion and the water, you can swim like an Olympic athlete. So feel what it feels like to breathe. Feel what it feels like to come out of your head and into your body. Feel what it feels like to saturate the tissues of the muscles we just used. Your quads, your butt, your lats, your abs. All the core stabilizing muscles, your pelvic floor. You guys did an extraordinary and amazing job. On behalf of Maria and me, just want to say thank you for being here, all that you guys give, all that you're willing to do, and all that you're present for. We appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, and namaste.
Namaste.